Welcome back, everybody. Michael Sylvia, your Archangel Morning Star. Welcome back to the podcast. We have a lot to talk about. And before we get started, I gotta say happy 420. Woo! You gotta ease the mind, which is what I'm gonna do. Up in smoke. So let's get started. What am I going to talk about? So, God bless my fallen brother Aaron Hernandez. Where there's a lot more going on in the case of him just being a lone. Okay, hold up. Let me get this straight. He's the lone gunman, just like Lee Harvey Oswald. Come on. Then he added a Kennedy in there, the gay Kennedy in the prison, with more murders. You know what I mean? You know. Check this out. Okay. Remember when I was deciphering what happened to him in a cell? Remember this. This is how stupid those suicide notes are. Because they're obviously full of shit. Because ever since I've been doing this podcast, guess what happens? I see more ambulances around all the time. They're running down my street with the lights on. I'm seeing like the same faces all the time. Think about it. And then I'm in Walmart yesterday, right, wearing that jersey because I'm like, hey, I mean, if that's how they feel. There's a guy in there. He's using a red pen. Red pen. RP, ring, like a Super Bowl ring, and players, like 2 players missing, Odin and Hernandez. There, Russia. Prussia, PR for Prussia, before Russia. It all makes sense to me, but whatever. So he's got a red pen, and I was like, can I use your red pen? And you know what I wrote down on my arm? I wrote down 316, like the red pen that was on his forehead. And then next to it, I wrote the actual football score from 2020, 31-9. Isn't that cool? God's work. Isn't it cool? And I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes, number 15, is exactly the same number that this man had when he was in school. The number 15. You know what the number 15 stands for? The devil. You can't even get away from it. It's SI backwards for Sylvia, the founding father of the fucking Roman Empire that you don't even know about, that gave you the gift of Rhea Silvia in the Roman Empire of Romulus and Remus. She gave birth to Romulus and Remus like twins? Twins? Him and I are spiritual twins. Spiritual twins. ST. Saints. Spiritual twins. Why? Because that guy got brainwashed and killed the whole way through. And everyone's looking at him like he's just a goddamn murderer, and that's not even the fucking facts. Dig deeper if you're going to do some fucking work like that, huh? You know? Hey, you know what else? I got something for you. Remember they okay, check this out. Here's the code. You want some codes? I got numbers for you. I got codes, biblical codes, all kinds of codes coming down. Here we go. Codes. Not colds, achoo, like Corona. Codes. COVID. All right. So, COVID, covert, whatever. All right, so check it out. So, 81. All right. So, four suicide notes, like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Think about this shit, because I'm bringing it down to you. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse realized that four fake suicide notes were made by this guy. 4 notes. 4 suicide notes in. Final solution in. World War III? Probably. Because somebody fucked with somebody's kid. And then he was murdered the day before his mom's birthday, and nobody saw that. His mom's on 420. He was killed on 419. Okay, let's break it down one more number and we get 18, because that's what it looks like instead of 81, right? How about this? I got his rookie card. Isn't that cool? He's holding a football. He's been doing that since he was a kid. It's all he really wanted to be. And other people decided to, fuck his head up and not take any credit for it. Well, you should take credit for it if you're fucking his head up, right? Because you earned it. Piece of shit. Whoever you are. But here's what we've got. 4 suicide notes, final solution. Look it. I'll tell you what, that Kennedy kid, not the Kennedy assassination, the lone gunman. I'm talking about the Kennedy kid in the prison. I was just talking about the gay kid who's gonna get a book deal with his fucking paid for lawyer and all that shit. Because I don't know how he's gonna. I gotta tell you, I don't know how he affords that lawyer, or how that lawyer actually believes him. But okay, you guys read that fucking bullshit book. Yeah, we called him double A, double A. Should have called him triple A. You mean like a battery? Artificial intelligence? That's what you're talking about. That's exactly what the fuck you're saying, and no one else is catching on. But that's what you were fucking talking about. You know what he looks like to me, that kid, Kennedy? He looks like this kid I went to school with. His name was Shannon Martin. Exact same fucking, same look, same fucking all. Man, you could find that kid and ask him all kinds of shit I said back in the day. You know what feeds tell you? A bunch of shit that ain't fucking true. You know that? Isn't that fucked up? There's a lot of shit that people could say about anybody, and when you really dig, yeah, they said that shit, but is it true? Did you dig deeper to see if it's true? Did Kennedy and him really, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And you know something else about that prison he was in? That's an orchestrated death camp. It's nothing else. It's a fucking concentration camp, pretending to be a prison. Guantanamo Bay. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let me show you something, Guantanamo Bay, since you put this shit on his desk. Holy Bible, right? And see, it says yellow. If you open your mind and not close it up and not want to pay attention, if you actually listen to me, look at yellow. And we're gonna get into what yellow means, since we've got people with blonde hair and blue eyes and all this extra shit that was going on way in the past that people want to ignore. Isn't that crazy? Yellow Emperor, China. What was yellow back then that went all the way back there, back in the day, that you're not talking about, ancient hidden history about a yellow emperor? You know? And he taught a bunch of people how to read and shit. That's why you got an emperor that you show the history of what you got over there, because you guys don't tell the truth about anything. And then when you do, it's tainted. So the Chinese emperor had a Post-it notes all over the top of his head, so you can remember what the fuck he's got to talk about. You know what I mean? Like a goddamn robot, like a fucking Hitler or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, who built that thing? You follow what I'm saying? Who built the Yellow Emperor that you guys are posing? You know who? Probably Europeans. Isn't that some shit? And I wouldn't say probably either, but you know, you go with what you want. Bible, Bible. I'm all over the place. I know. It's all part of the paranormal experience, folks. Don't call it crazy. Let's go. Bible, B for the number 13, because you break up the 3 from the I, 13. 1/3 of God's angels. And there's another one. That comes out. 1/3 of God's angels. Okay? Now, I for I, L-E. E-L backwards for L, which is Hebrew for God. So I, God, 1313. Beyond the human experience that brought the human experience. Whatever that is, the mysteries of the world that we'll never fucking know. But we're progressing on it, right? Rather than looking at this book and say, hey, it's all bullshit. But yet it's actually helped a lot of people, and it's all over the fucking world, and damn near every government has it, including China. Including communist countries that'll take this exact same book, see the power in it, and they add to it. And then tell us that we're full of shit because we have one? Get the fuck out of here with that propaganda. This stuff's real. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. If you want to cartoon characterize it, then hey, that's your perception. If you don't want to take it seriously, then don't. Yellow, right? 1313, I, God. Not lie, 1313, which is the lower perspective of how people are shitting on God and using this as a satanic book, which is not supposed to be. It's so powerful you can use it for goddamn near anything. Still a powerful book. But I'll tell you what, there's the code in it. And then check this out. Here's the other book. Check this one, Holy Scriptures. Now, remember in the horoscope we're wondering about the Scorpio? And like in the Scorpio, you have it, here's my Scorpio with the wings. I gotta tell you, when I got this scorpion with the wings, the angelic scorpion, I got it in 2000 when I was 20 years old. And when I bought it, you know how much money this cost? $400. I got it in 2020. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess you up with all this shit. So slow down here, guys. I got this when I was 20 years old in 2000 with $400 of TT money. Does that make any sense to you? It fucking should. 400 TT money. You know why it's called TT? So $400, 2020. You got it? 20 years old to 2000. Now you can't ignore that. It's math. Simple math. Morning star, simple math to you. Okay? All right. Let's not ignore this and act like we don't know what we're talking about. So those are the numbers, since you want to get into biblical numbers here, and timelines and shit. Now, the TT money is interesting because the TT money that I used to buy this, you know why they call it TT money in Trinidad? Because they have two twin towers. They have twin towers. They have twin towers. Two of them. Peace sign. They got two twin towers. And they named their money after it. That makes sense? How about this? Does this make any sense, guys? Let me show you something else. Did you also notice that the quarter and the penny are facing the exact same way now? Isn't that cool? Weren't people fighting about that shit when I first got here? Not anymore. They're both worth equal now. Just different numbers. Same fucking time of people. Different times. But look at Twin Towers, 9/11. 9/11. You know what's funny about 9/11? Did you know his birthday is 11/6? Isn't that 9/11 satanically backwards and upside down? That's satanic, right? This is some satanic shit right here, right? We're talking about real paranormal activities. So now we're going to go into the M. The M stands for Michael, the Archangel. That's what that shit stands for. It's cursive because it's a curse. And within the curse, you find 666 in it because it's fucking real. Numbers are real. You use them all the time in your life. Oh, because numbers came from all these different times of, you know, y'all still the same, just got more science. That's it. Nothing else. You like going to see football in the Coliseum? I mean the stadium? Stadium Coliseum? Stadium Coliseum? Santo Cristo? Well, you know, it's a weird what. Anyways, let's go down to this. The M is here. It's a lot of note taking. There's an M here for Michael. It's a Scorpio. MS, Michael Sylvia, Michael Scorpio, Michael Sylvia. Get it? John, for the hook. You see a hook right there with a devil's tail? It's a point at the end. Right? From outer space. OS, outer space. My witch cat, Orion Sylvia, he's doing good right now. He's my son. And I want him healthy. And you know something else? So anyway, so when I got this, oh yeah, I'm skipping around. I got this in 2020. I got this tattoo. I'm sorry, I got this in 2000 when I was 20 years old. 2020 was Corona. So now we got this, the M for Scorpio. That's for Michael. Okay? That's me. And I got this tattoo and the Venus with the upside down cross, not because I'm satanic and like hate Jesus and hate God. I actually love God and Jesus. I'm on that crew. So that's what it is. They just need a dark angel. And then we got the moon. Crescent moon. CM, the M becomes a W for witchcraft. Crescent moon. We've got Venus for the morning star, Lucifer. Anyways, I got this, and this. 3 tattoos, right? I got all 3 of them on 4/20 last year, on 2022. 2 plus 2 is 4, and then you got another 2 on the side for 22, 4/20. There's 24 hours in a day, folks. Goes a lot of places. 24 hours in a day. Can you believe that shit? Not every planet has 24 hours in a day. Facts. Everything is what it is. So I got this. Oh yeah. Then I got this tattoo. I also got this one as my second tattoo after I got that one. And this one I got in Florida, where he allegedly got his first murders. Right? And when I was there, I got this from a couple of ladies. They were pretty nice. I'm not going to explain any more about them, but I'll tell you what. What the hell. I think they were saying that they claimed that they did some work on Marilyn Manson, which I thought was cool because I think Marilyn Manson's badass. But I love the Antichrist Superstar Tour album. That's the one that I love the most. And Mechanical Animals is pretty good. And those are the ones I really like. And the rest of them I don't, I pick what I want. And I like those ones. But anyways, I thought that was cool. And anyways, the nice ladies gave me this tattoo in color. Did a great job. And I got it originally. Now I got it for multiple reasons, but originally it was for Black Hole Sun, like in Soundgarden. So I got that, And then things happen in life to where, like, my daughter dies. Her name is Maisie. And so I still have her ashes, probably mixed with a cat's ashes, but fine. I'll take those cats too, because that means she has more to come with her. So check this out. So I want to fill this up with her ashes in the ink for the black hole that started and was created. And then that makes this a black hole sun. But also, this is actually, if you actually look at just this part of the sun, that's the corona. See, the corona is what you see emitting off of the sun, and that's what that is. Corona. That's corona. And I got this corona tattoo in 2000 when I was 20 years old. Okay? And then it was and I'll tell you what, when I was around back then, we had a pretty good time with cruise ships. I ain't gonna lie. We had a great time. I mean, shit, you want to talk about, let's talk about this. This is something else we're going to get into too. Actually, no, we'll pass on that. We're talking on Aaron Hernandez right now. We have so much video to do. It's not even funny how much material we have. Like, you don't even understand or realize what's been going on. But anyways, Corona happened in 2019, right? Something happened with him in 2017. 2017 he got murdered. Corona came out in 2019. That spells out 1917. Or how about this? You take the two ones, you put them to the side, you got 2, like the number 2, 79. Who I say is myself because I was born in 1979. And here I am in Plymouth. I love Plymouth. I fucking love this place. I don't want it to be anything bad. I want it to be a good fucking helpful place. I want it to be like Mayberry. You ever seen the Andy Griffith Show? That's the kind of shit we need. So anyways, here in Plymouth, mouth play, it's been a good time. So anyway, since I've been here, I got here on the 400th anniversary. Oh, by the way, he and I were born. I'm born on Halloween. He's born 6 days after me, 666. Him and I are like Romulus and Remus reincarnated. You feel me? Like that kind of shit. Roman Empire. Sylvia, name. Italian over here. SH. The H becomes an I, SI, Sylvia. Roman Empire. Michael Aaron, Archangel Michael. So you guys are calling him AA, Angel Aaron. You calling him AAA, Archangel Aaron. So that's what he is. He ain't a fucking battery, he ain't a fucking artificial intelligence. In fact, you guys calling him all that shit, guess what that makes you guys? Exactly what the shit you were saying. So since you guys all think that, and since that's the way you're rolling around, guess what you are? Everything you fucking said he was, that's what you are. And that's it. So, and I don't refer that to people that are like good people who be like, what do you mean, like me? No. I'm talking about the people that are involved and that guy being set up to become a murderer and then fucking kill him off because they didn't want to fucking have that guy, they didn't want that guy to have a life because he's an American patriot trying to live a life, using him as a fucking gullible fool, like a fool, when he's better than that. Reminds me of, hate to say it, he got set up the same way as, say, like Mike Vick. Not to be confused with Michael and Verity, but Mike Vick. Verity is my ex-wife. God bless her. Shouldn't have said her name out loud, but you know what? You go near her, your fucking face will be smashed on a fucking plate. Your head will be on a fucking plate. Does that make sense? English style. So, people protect what they love. And what happened to him is fucking fucked up. And to think that that's supposed to just be passed on as what they pass it off as, you ain't doing your future kids any favors by doing that. Guaranteed. So, let's see, what else do we have here? Scorpios, right? Here we are for Scorpio. So you take this Bible, the Holy Scriptures. All right? Now follow me on this. CS, Santo Cristo. CSO, right? R-P-I-O. Do you guys see that? SC, score, score! P, I gotta go P. I-O. You know who you guys know who you owe? You owe a God. You know, you owe gods that they have been protecting this country over and over and over and over again, and we should go along with that, but we ain't got the time. So look at when you've got actual military and police and all this, you know, agencies that are protecting America, right? Think about it. And while they're protecting them, here's what's happening to them. They're getting fucking fucked up by other countries with their agencies. And then while those people are doing that to our people, they're confusing everyone else around here saying, oh, the CIA murdered JFK. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'll tell you what, Kennedy helped murder Aaron Hernandez. Ha 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 ha. Does that make any sense verbally? How about this? If the CIA was all the reason why JFK got killed, then why is it that we have Lee Harvey Oswald going to fucking Russia, getting a Russian wife, coming back with her, going to a Russian embassy, talking to an assassin specialist, coming back, shooting at an American general and an American president, and you make me want to believe that the CIA is behind that shit? The CIA is protecting him. Now, if other pieces of the CIA were portraying the whole unit, that ain't the CIA's fault, is it? No. Dad walks out of the house, comes back, kids get fucked up. He feels responsible, but it ain't his fault that someone else, you know what I'm saying? So you guys gotta really be responsible for what you're fucking doing to your citizens out here. And not blame everything on your citizens after you walk around like a bunch of robots and act like you don't know what the fuck you're doing out here. Every time someone walks around by somebody, you guys gonna fucking turn them into a goddamn fucking zombie? Go ahead. It just shows us what the fuck you guys are all about. Nothing. Because you ain't even trying to grow anything out here. You're just pretending to, making everyone think you are with the shit that's being floated around it out here. Suicide notes my ass. 4 suicide notes, FSN, new final solution. That's all it is. Oh, wait a minute. What's that guy's name? And I'm not going to say OC anymore because it doesn't, you know what I mean? Because these are 2 different personalities, just the same type of programs. Look at AM, Aaron Michael. Then there's the other AM, Alexander and Mark. Aw, there you go, Mark. You're with Alexander Bradley now. That's who you are. With your fucking tainted weed and your fucking bullshit, fucking con artist bullshit, pretending to be a fucking friend. Working for a bigger fucking handle that's just nothing more than a set-up scumbag. Scumbag. Happy 420, folks. Putin's a Nazi. You speak German, don't you? He does German. Wait a minute. Russia does speak German. Putin speaks German. So he knows that the German alphabet is identical to the English alphabet. Oh yeah, China. It's possible that once upon a time, which I'm pretty willing to believe, which I think you already know, is that you had people with blonde hair, blue eyes and all that, and other Europeans traveling into Asia, getting caught up in there. Sometimes they get to leave, sometimes they don't. Depends on how you guys feel, I guess, right? That's how it's always been operated down there. So you know, when Europeans come down and they teach you how to read and how to write, and government, and then you've got to be regulated the way you can be regulated because, you know, and then later on it prospered and here we are today. You know, I mean, the emperors, doesn't ancient China talk about great floods? Ain't that some shit? There really are great floods everywhere you look at in the world. So when the Bible says, hey, there was a great flood, yeah, Noah and Noah's Ark. N-A, Noah's Ark. Angels. Because the G-E-L afterwards is the leg. You need legs. You know? But you know what? I mean, technology where you robotize people all over the fucking place, I'll tell you what, things like that, I mean, if technology was really, if you had something like that way back then, and no one just knows about it, I mean, shit. I mean, you can't discount that people can be fed information to go build a fucking boat, put some animals on it, and float out in the water and just kind of stay out there and the whole thing. And then a tsunami happens. Hey, I mean, weirder things have happened, huh? Noah's Ark. I got a joke for Noah's Ark. You know what looks like Noah's Ark to me? But it's okay. What do you get when you mix up Noah's Ark and a pyramid? A Viking cemetery. Hey, you guys gotta like that one. What do you get when you mix up the pyramids in Noah's Ark? You get a Viking cemetery. Because, right, the Vikings, that's what they did. They took the ship that you could take apart and put together all the times with no nails and shit. Sounds like the Romans. But anyways, you know, so you know what I mean? Like, where do people get their fucking shit from before they escape? You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But yeah, you know, it's fun stuff. What are you gonna do? Head trauma, brain trauma. Those things are real. Right, Wes Welker? Wes Welker, number 83, 8 plus 3 is 11, 811. Who wants a haircut? Who wants a haircut from 811 now, huh? What do you say to her? What are you putting in her word? What do you guys say in that place? You know what I mean? It's interesting. What is the whole, like, who's robotizing who? Which robot is which robot? Who's controlling which robot? And that handler is also a robot, and it all gets synced into one big fucking entity. The government. I mean, if shit's out of hand, things gotta get regulated, right? Cheers. And in my opinion, Cheers, the restaurant in Boston, I mean, why would you want to close that down? It makes no sense to me. Good TV show, Boston's great. I mean, unless you're just trying to slowly rip apart Massachusetts little by little without us noticing. We already figured it out. You know? Want to rip down everything like it's a fucking Ukraine, but slice by slice. Just one slice at a time. Slice. True story. So, my ex-wife and I, we used to go watch he and Welker and Brady and Edelman and all their practice. So this Wilson ball, Wilson, you know, it'd be deserted on an island, Wilson. By the way, let's talk about islands real quick. Let me get right back to Verity and I watching him practice. When I worked on the cruise ship, I went to prostitution houses down there. All legal age, all handsome, all beautiful, all females. Everything I just said. And you know something? It's pretty interesting how much sex is out there and how prostitution's legal. But when someone designs a St. James Island, you can't do that shit. Don't ever do that shit again. Don't be hypnotizing people into that shit. Don't be fucking building islands like that. Don't be rounding up scientists that are okay with that and making it happen. We know what that shit is. We're fucking done with it. That's just a death sentence. All of that shit. And preying onto civilians and soldiers with that shit too. And oh my God. Enough is enough, folks. Don't care how much money you got. You got a lot of money, you're doing good with it, fine, leave you the fuck alone. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Grow up, folks. It's not called adulting, it's called growing up. Grow up. Even the adults can grow up. But anyways, Everyone goes to the Virgin Islands for different reasons, I see. Wink, wink, wink. 3 eyes with 1 wink at the same time. Get it? Wilson. And I'm not racist. I don't like that shit. Got my own interpretations. So Wilson. Remember on an island, deserted on an island? Wilson! Oh, he's floating away from me. He's going swim, get him back. He's my friend. I love my food. I love my ball. Look at him. He loved that fucking sport. He loved that sport. He loved that shit. Loved it. He really loved what the fuck he was doing. So much to so that in that Giants game in the Super Bowl when it was a 31-3, what was it, a 13-3 fucking Super Bowl, Giants win, but all the way in the Hail Mary. He had his hands on the Hail Mary. Aaron Hernandez did, and he missed the catch. All kinds of guys around him in the end zone, and he missed the touchdown. Couldn't get it. Game was over. That sucks. He worked his fucking ass off when that happened. So he wants to keep playing. It's just like he wants to follow Tom Brady. He's like, everything Tom Brady is, that's what I want to be. Of course he thinks like that. Who in the right mind doesn't? And if you're in the right mind, you study Tom Brady, you're like, that's the kind of guy I want to be. Of course. Like, who? Obviously. Same thing with Belichick, same thing with Mr. Robert Kraft. Mr. Belichick and Mr. Robert Kraft. You know he loved all fucking 3 of them. Played his hardest fucking ass in that game. Made people happy, including myself. And then when he's off the field, we've got MK Ultra experts fucking him up and turning him into a killer. That's not what you're supposed to do with that man. That's not what he's there for. He's a citizen. But, you know what? Obviously somebody forced his hand, literally, subliminally, and he's pulling triggers. Thought police pulling triggers. Not him. So, people did sign this ball. I'm glad they did. I love football, American sport. Got the Gillette Stadium right here. That Roman Coliseum where everyone gets together to go see everybody play with a ball rather than kill each other in the Roman Coliseum. The Roman Coliseum, you know what I imagine? You know what I thought of? I'm going to post it for you on my Facebook if you check out my Facebook, and I'll show it to you right now. But like, Rome had its own number system through the alphabet and whatever else they were thinking maybe we don't know of. There could be shit that happened back then still that we're unclear of when it comes to knowledge. That really, I mean, hey, no matter how educated you become, there's still always more, isn't there? So, anyways, they say that the Romans never came up with the number 0. But it's funny because here's how I look at it, and just hear me out on this. When you look at the Colosseum from above, when you look down from above, what do you see? You see a 0, right? It's a big circle, like that one behind me on the Mayan calendar, right? Sorry for the coffee stain on my tongue. So, coffee stain, Santo Cristo, tongue, Saint, St, UC, Saint. So, what else do we got for magic tricks? So when you look at the 0 from above, from the heavens, you look down, you see the 0 in the Roman Colosseum. All right? And in that 0, people go inside of it. You get 2 people. Let's say 3, 5, let's just go one against the other. You get 2 people in there, right? So 1 plus 1 is 2. They go in there, right? And they fight. And it breaks down to 1 again, doesn't it? And you got 1 guy left. It's a numbers game, right? So in that 0, you got all these numbers going down, and they start breaking down into the number 0, don't they? It's a black hole. Do you know what a black hole is? It's like when you go into a hole where all the physics change. The rules are different in every black hole, and the ones that we create here on planet Earth, opposed to that black holes you find in the universe that still circle around, some right? So But anyways, and yeah, black holes do move around, but so does this one. You know why? Because as the Earth is rotating, it's moving its black hole, and it's called the Roman Colosseum. You like that? So, 10 people go inside that zero, and 4 remain on one side. The rest of them are all dead. You broke down a bunch of numbers, crunching numbers, zeros. You just made a bunch of zeros in there. Hey! Hey, I want a Nero for the next freaking emperor. Nero. You know, zero, Nero. I'm a joker. So, these are my interpretations. And it's cool because say like you take the word, say like cosmic. Cosmic, right? Then from that zero, you got a zero, the O, you get the zero. Then it breaks down over here, New England, Rhode Island, for me. And then the CS is Santo Cristo. And then you got MICHAEL. So you got, and then you've got God, Hebrew. And the EL is for Eve and Lilith, Hebrew for God, the first women. And then in zero, well, actually, in Rome, I like the word, so I took zero and got the word Rome's out of it, right? And then the R goes to R, and then the rest of it, you get our moon. And the moon looks like a zero too. And then if you also look at the word moon, where it comes from, you get the M and the Z, right? And if you make the Z an S, and you take MS, you can get the two letters out of the name Mars, with the RA inside of MS. The RA inside of MS is Ra, like the god Ra. Ra is inside Mars, MS, Morning Star. Snake Mountain, Ra. Do you like that? Michael, Sylvia. And the R becomes a J, and the J becomes an R for Junior. Michael, John, Sylvia, Jr. Angel for A, Archangel. So you get the 2 O's in the middle of the moon, and guess how many moons Mars has? You'd never guess. They got 2 moons. I'm sorry. Mars has 2 moons with the abbreviation. So it's all interesting how all this breaks down. And then for Rhea, he, Ra, and yeah, because Rhea, Sylvia, because you also get Sylvia and Rhea. Rhea, Sylvia, when you look up the history, Rhea, Sylvia was raped by Mars. And then she was given birth. Pretty much the same as Jesus Christ. All right? It's the same simulated story, because things simulate over and over again because of Mother Nature and due to the outstanding of whatever happens. All the energies that coerce reality. To where she gave birth to twins, Romulus and Remus, and they became the founders of Rome. And then Rome became, right? And we're still affected by Rome, which is not a bad thing, because here we are. Because of Rome, we're all here today. Everyone in place right now, no matter who you are in the world, everyone's been affected by Rome, no matter how you look at it. Just like how China affected Europe with diseases and trade. Everyone, all these armies learned from somebody else all the time. That shit just doesn't, so it's a lot more to history, I'd have to imagine. And check it out. When I came to Plymouth, first off, let me add up some numbers. We got 1620 for 1620. The number 12 broke down as 2 6s. And then you got the number 6. Then you've got 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9s are 6s. And the 0 just remains because it's a 0 eating up numbers like a black hole. And then you've got over here the 2020. 2 plus 2 is 4, 420. So So what I'm going to say is you get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So when you add up all the numbers when 2020 happened, you get the number 13. 1/3 of God's angels. And also on 2020, that's when I got here. And it was the 400th anniversary. 400 years. 400-year anniversary. And I was 40 years old at the time. And then it was 2020 at the same time, right? So 400th anniversary, 40 years old, you got 2 4s. Then you got 2020, 2, 420, 420. Happy 420. Now, when our military, when our government, when our police, when our securities, and everyone that we didn't even say, mention, we thank them all, of course, God bless them all because God is real and we know that, and other ones that say that he isn't are obviously full of shit because they only know the history they were taught, and God forgive them for what they don't know because there's obviously a lot of shit they don't fucking know. Though they know a lot of shit, been doing it a lot of years, there's still a lot of shit they don't know. But anyways, Europe. I mean, when you look at the word Europe, you can get the word Rome out of Europe. And it's funny because when Rome started conquering, it had to go up into Europe. So when it went up when Rome went up, it became Europe. And then it broke into a bunch of different areas too. Europe, and here in America too, it's all over the place, no matter how you look at it. People be like, no, it isn't. Well, that's just because you don't want it to be. And it really actually is, and you're just stuck with it, and just live your existence, and just be nice to everybody, and just enjoy your life. You know what I mean? Like, there's really... And I don't mean to be a dick, because I don't want to be. I want to be a dick. All right. So, here we go. Here we go. Europe, America, Russia. So, Russia, America, Europe. So then when you take the Russia... R, America A, and Europe E. The E becomes M, like E equals MC squared. By the way, I was born in 1979, and I was in Albert Einstein was born in 1879, so it's a 100-year difference. It feels good. I love Albert Einstein. And then so you take the E equals M, so RAM is RAM, Russia, America, and Europe. So since they're supposed to be one, why are they always fighting? Well, do you believe in God? Do you believe in morality? Do you believe in law? Do you believe in treating people correctly? Do you actually, when you have a farm and you have a bunch of people and whatever is existing, do you actually tend to it the way you're supposed to, or are you just treating it like shit, take advantage of everything, and then afterwards you're wondering why you got a bunch of problems? And then you wonder why you got a bunch of problems. Well, the top is right. Because, hey, I love Ronald Reagan. Rest in peace, God bless Ronald Reagan. Oh, and President George Bush, too, right? Because they were badass motherfuckers, right? And I say motherfuckers respectfully. I don't mean it like to shame them. I fucking love those guys. They brought up America. Like, fucking, let's get this shit rampant. Get everyone working and get this shit going. Strong military, strong police force, strong. That way, we're all safe. We don't have shit like this going on. You know? It doesn't take away from any other presidents. I love all the presidents and all everything we have. I'm just saying that shit's been falling apart. No one's paying attention to people getting killed over it. People getting brainwashed and saying it ain't happening. It's like, wow, if you guys are gonna say it ain't happening when it is, then maybe you guys need a medical checkup. A scratch off maybe. So it is what it is. Whoever, you know, I mean, not you guys, but anyone that's good to say it. All right, so Roman Empire, yeah, R-E, Roman Empire. So those are my translations out of that. You know, I mean, people talk about, because I realize that's what when Mark talks about aliens, he's talking about like pedophiles and shit like that. And I'm like, Mark, listen, dude, you gotta go to school, dude. Like everything you talk about is nothing. It really is. Look at the ancient, look at the Egyptian pyramids, dude, were built. First off, the construction came from, you gotta understand, dude, when we're talking about pyramids way back then, 10,500 BC, with white coating and a gold top. Yellow emperor, do you get it? Yellow emperor, not yellow like the skin color like the Chinese guy. Not talking about that. Not the black hair guy. The yellow, blonde hair, it just is. Hey, listen, dude. I'm just going what the history's showing me, dude. Sorry. You want to tell me that they came after the fact. They have blonde hair like gold. Think about it. Blonde hair like gold. Blue eyes like the sky. Skin like the fucking clouds. And if you're trying to tell me that that's not nature, then you're fucking full of shit. That means you're too dark to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And I ain't talking about your skin color either. Because you know I'm not racist. And I certainly ain't no fucking pedophile, you piece of shit. Fuck you. And that whole fucking train you came in with. Fucking Satan, motherfucker. You want to fucking worship China and Russia? Get the fuck, go do it. Do it. Don't do it near me, dude. See you later. You want to talk about me and make me look like a clown, like just the way Alexander did with fucking Aaron Hernandez? Treat me like I'm a fucking battery? Well, you know something? It's funny. You actually, but I'll tell you what. I'm not mad at you, and I don't hate on you. But I'll tell you what, dude. You're an asshole. And I'll tell you this. I was working at a place that didn't pay me, right? They didn't pay me while I'm talking to some fucking robot from Mexico, right? Talking about her name is Nancy. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? But anyways, you know what I mean? The shit she was saying, I'm like, wow, this is what people really orchestrate this shit to try to create a reality to get me to act out and brainwash me like that. That's pretty fucking deep shit. You guys are fucked up. But anyways, I guess it's even beyond Mark's comprehension what I'm saying. But there's people that know, and that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy this video, and I gotta say this. Alexander Bradley, definitely, I mean, I don't believe a fucking word he says. He got shot in the middle of the fucking head, was given a third eye right there. Third eye. Lost an eye. Became an eyewitness. Lied on the fucking stand. Lied through his fucking teeth. And you know who else fucking lied? You know who else fucking lied? I'll tell you who else fucking lied. And I don't mean to say it referring to anyone else, but the kid, his name is in its codes. They're all being sicked on people. So what's his name? OC, like Oxycontin. So anyways, Oxycontin kid. Now he changed his testimony in court, didn't he? He first claims that in the BMW, Hernandez A, right? Then Lloyd, and then Wallace, all three of them, okay? Wallace included, got out of the vehicle all together and killed Odin Lloyd. Odin Lloyd definitely died, but who pulled the trigger and what was said and who was hypnotizing who, and exactly what I'm talking about, Aaron Hernandez being hypnotized the entire fucking time. Guaranteed. 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 We already know this one on. That's what happens. Thanks for the ambulances, guys. You're just confirming everything I'm talking about. That one that keep floating around here. There's an ambulance they keep floating around out here. It's got the numbers 5299 on the license plate. It's a funny joke, okay. 99 for the 99 that happened with him inside the place, and 52 for how many players are on the field. Oh no, sorry, not on the field. On a team. So whatever, I don't care. Insinuations and rumors do not impress me at all. And brainwashing people. You mean to tell me when that guy was in the camera going like this, he just put his arms in the air like that and everything, when people watch that was him just doing that on his fucking own? When you examine his brain, when they cut the brain up and they look at it, it looks completely different from an actual 27-year-old. To such a degree that the guy was obviously brainwashed. I'm not a gay guy myself, personally. But my opinion on him on being gay is this. From everything I've heard and everything that's been pressed upon me, is that he was confused about it for one reason and one reason only. For one, he's obviously not all out gay because he had a fucking girlfriend that he loved to fucking death with a daughter, so that's his prime. So he's obviously an alpha male. They're trying to break him from being an alpha male, trying to turn him into something else. right? They're saying that reported that he had to suck a dick at 6 years old. That's fucking disgusting. That's all orchestrated shit. Orchestrated. Whoever orchestrated shit like that, right? Whoever orchestrated shit like that is a fucking dead man. That's bullshit. You don't. If you're gonna fucking, yeah, man, that guy. No, it ain't exactly. There's a lot more going on. His father dying, that shit happening to him, trying to break them all down all the fucking time, turn them all into fucking nothing. Well, he became a patriot and he fucking kicked ass, and these guys still fucking played with his fucking head. Florida. The swamp. Clean the swamp. We're gonna chase you around, Mr. Hernandez, for a $12 bill and yell in your fucking face and not get out of your face, and we know better than you, and you're just a fucking punk kid, so we're gonna fucking get you in trouble down here. That's what they were thinking with him. That's all that shit is. They didn't give a fuck about him. At least that place did. So, you got people down there that are looking out for him. You got the good guys doing the good work, fighting the good fight, doing the good thing, everything you're supposed to be doing. And then behind them and in the shadows, you got people trying to get at this guy still. So, that's a real fucking shame. Yeah, so they want to call. So Kennedy, the gay kid, it looks like. So Kennedy's claiming that there's another body from Aaron Hernandez. So let me get this straight, people, because you guys are stupid enough to believe this shit. But let an ex-convict enlighten you with some shit. Let the devil show you the details in this fucking horseshit story about that fucking Kennedy kid, saying that guy got another body and that he hung himself. Because all that shit is another way to tie up the fucking story that he was really fucking murdered in his fucking cell. That's all it is. Day in and day out, nothing else. Yeah, that's a shame. So, paranormal activity, conspiracy theories, history, science, witchcraft, all combined into one and more. For the power of good, not evil. In evil, you find two words there. You get the V in the I, which is the Roman numerals for 666. You get 6, but spread it out into 3 for me, with 3 eyes, the pineal gland and the right and left. And then you've got E and L at the end for Eve and Lilith, the first created ladies on the world of Earth. Eve, Earth. Earth, Eve. EVE. So, I appreciate that you take the time to listen to what I have to say. To me, I think I'm boring at times because, I'm always in my own head. And sometimes, a lot of times when I'm in my own head, demons will be trying to pour into my head, make me think shit that I don't want to think. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I know I'm not the only one that has that problem, so. Then some other guy will step in and be like, that means there's something was wrong with him, he needs more medications. Like, no, dude, no, you're not. We know we have. We have the medication that he needs. He's on it. Sometimes it can feel a bit much, but you know what? It is what it is. We're not going to trade out a fucking 50,000 different types of medications down the road and his brain goes kaput. I need the brain. Need the soul. So that's how it feels. Feels good. And let me see. Yeah, it's a shame with Aaron Hernandez. But like I said, even with that Chaos book, you know, like an Operation Paperclip, is this about? I mean, shit, they've done it before in overseas. I mean, you know, putting chips in their brain, waking them up, putting daggers in their hands, and making them fight and shit. And orchestrated fighting. Yeah. UFO. UC orchestrated fighting. But they think he's a UFO when they wrote that shit on his feet. I'm like, come on, man. A middle finger? Bloody? Uh, so I also got another code for you. TBJ. Throwback jersey. That J is a fucking hook. TB. Truth bomb. Boom. You know? Before I realized the whole history of him, through he and I's paranormal experience with each other, I gotta tell you, the paranormal is most certainly real. Cheers to God. Yeah. The Yellow Emperor, huh? All right. So let's see. Yeah, but I gotta continue with Wallace though. Okay, so let's get back to the Wallace thing. Okay, here we go. Thank you for waiting on me. You know, paranormal ain't easy. I try and hurry it up for you because like when I see people on YouTube videos, they're like, ooh, I mean they just talk so fast and they're right on point with the words. I'm like, you know, God bless you all. I can't even do. I gotta go at this pace. This is what I'm at. This is where I'm at. You know. So here we are. So, I mean, listen. Wallace being tagged onto Hernandez through a handler, obviously, just like Alexander Bradley, just like OC, and then they give him PCP. OC PCP. That's funny. Jesus. Wow. So, you know, that's fucked up. Because, like, when you look at his brain, you see there's, like, so much missing in it. It's so fucked up. You know, and then through the CTE scan, though the CTE satanically means UC tight end. Because he was brainwashed and drugged. They gave him, think about it, his last drug, think about this, chemically and subliminally. The last drugs he was given was PCP and synthetic marijuana. I mean, come on, guys, let's get real here. We know the difference. Real marijuana, and even when he was getting real marijuana, it's all fucking tainted with shit. Guaranteed. I myself, from the same area, damn near where he was from. Getting the same fucking marijuana from the same fucking place. Guaranteed to be fucking, I know it was laced. But you know something? if you was living in our shoes back then when all that was going on, all the bullshit in the fucking air, not even knowing anything about it, and being a fucking man at the same time, living our fucking lives, fucking every time I smoke marijuana, I'm getting fucking brainwashed because there's fucking shit in it and fucking humming down on you and shit. Like, come on, dude. You ain't supposed to do that. I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be trying to get my citizens fucking strong and heavy and fucking loaded and fucking, you know what I mean? Like everything that's supposed to have, all the right thoughts, all the right things. I mean, not fuck them all up on purpose. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know, fake friends, MK Ultra, the abuse, planted guns, PCP, setup. Yep, Wes Welker. 83, 8 plus 3 is 11, 811. Concussions. So when my ex-wife and I were at the stadium, we went to watch him practice. You know what I realized now? I just realized this. When they went to the Super Bowl, when he was there, my ex-wife and my Uncle Steve, who was born on Friday the 13th, we were there for the Super Bowl send-off. Yeah, we went to the Super Bowl send-off. We saw that. Everyone was there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not making this shit up. You think I'm making this shit up? Listen. Nothing I've said. I've made up nothing. Moving forward, certain people got on the stage and made their shout out to us fans that support them as they support us, because that's what it is, right? And then Wes Welker gets on there, and he starts talking on the microphone, and then I can't remember word for word how he did it, how he said it, but I promise you this, and you felt it in the crowd, and I was like, what? Like, that he said something to where, like, he was he was disrespectful to the crowd. Like talking to us like we're just a bunch of dummies. So when I noticed that, I was like, okay, I got that. I see it. It's like, no shit. You know, so, you know, it is what it is. You know, so when I heard about him talking shit about Aaron Hernandez, and then, you know, it's like, it's people like that. Like, I tell you what, had he been one of those team players that like supported us and was nice to him and helped him, you know, saying like, hey, why don't we get a group around you instead of that other shit that's around you, because we all stick together a little bit, like whatever. I mean, people don't have to babysit each other, but at the same time, it's like, the real world's the real world. So I don't know how y'all are trying to live in it, but to me, it's like if people are more supportive of each other and things like that, then shit like that don't happen. Because that went on unnoticed, and people that were making it happen knew what was going on because they were brainwashing him into it. It wasn't, and other people that are opposed to these murders, they obviously were not up to date on the technology that was being used at the time on all of us. I tell you what, I didn't know at those times. I guarantee you he didn't know either. Guarantee it. But what are you gonna do? So, but here's something cool that I gotta tell you real quick to close it out a little bit. Julian Edelman. He's excellent. He missed a catch in front of Verity and I when we were at practice. And he was hard on himself. He was like, motherfucker. He was like, shit like that. And we were like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Meaning that, like, he was so hard on himself because he really wanted to make that catch, and he's like, I'm not missing that again. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell how much he wanted that. And it shows too, due to the rest of his career, to where he learned a lot. He with the good team attitude and the good heart and not talking shit. Right? Not the way that guy was, in my opinion. You know, Edelman learned from Welker. Welker left. Edelman continued, and Welker made the catch in the Super Bowl that Welker could not. Welker tried to make this catch. Like, he always made it too, but on that Super Bowl he couldn't make it. Fucking fucked it all up. Fucked it all up. Welker fucked it all up. So that's what happened there. And then when Welker came in, did you guys see that Edelman catch? When like it was like this far off the fucking field, it was like this close or something. The football, maybe like that much. I'm sorry.